Eti foi makwa baba daily update TV ne so na message and da obacha ne so na o hit adama no subscribe na o like no share ma wona e pensemi bi eti so enye bi eti na message obejebre ni adaje na ya bora inseminum ne den sama etwego no ye de emo ensem enyina ebebre mo na ya bora mo dia na eye good news ma NDC amanyoku no ema yura John Dramani Mahama na ni nyina ye Alban Bagbin speaker day a minority ni majority kwa sitna wa parliament na omuko pie mu no mobeka ya yira John Dramani Mahama eba abontin say no ohwene ma ekosu Supreme Court ndia na SSNC sanye ebem esese ono nso ede 7 judges ekopiem ebo ho because already na dankwa kufuodo edibi akopiem ho a udumi se asembia dru ya ne akodu Supreme Court asem kura esese ko high court se CSS ya paki Supreme Court ninti na asem no akodu Supreme Court na John Dramani Mahama hweniema ekone dia na sese ono nso edibigu akwan mu se ne be ya any amendment bia beko so constitution mu bia onso benya more judges so Supreme Court onu so beta na chi amane di dwuma ese say ameka say yidie speaker arefe eye Mahama Service Supreme Court nominees no appointee no committee no say omo enti no omo enko Supreme Court ho na sese die dwumadie bia hese omudi no omo enkodi ewo ho yemongrom na yentie nsam for to aso yeba yaka biam de munsem ebebram.
Don't underestimate, don't go and listen to nonsense. Listen to what will save you. Yeah, my mom 65, 70, they want to know what is happening. Person who they call Ghana. Person who says some person who feel retire na. Person who na. You see hospital. That is our job here. Our job here is to educate, inform the Ghanaian who is in Ghana, also outside Ghana. And what we do is we bridge the gap between Efie4 and Abrochire4. Into adia Abrochire4 no enimu ofie no ne ya inform yomo ne bia omani. Na adia Efie4 no enimu no Abrochire no, then we educate them on it. Into obi ha otifie oti Ghana neni ate onimde ekoso Abrochire chen obi a oti Abrochire. That is the job we are doing. We are bridging this. There's a gap, a vacuum be dawa, a ignorance vacuum, and it is not our fault. A nipa bi ne create South Abrochire, men Ghana ho. South Ghana, men Abrochire, the nipa or Abrochire who know. We are bridging that gap. We are making Ghanaians more aware. We are making Ghanaians more patriotic. We are making Ghanaians more of Ghanaian to understand and say omukro munyamano is very important to them. And now, what happened is today we woke up to a very wonderful news. And as usual, the wonderful news no ebeba na NDC time. Because you say MPP, the wonderful news in your NDC, the MPP, sorry, no. Thank you, sir. I'll get in touch with you. Yes, thank you. MPP for the best dynamic mail. On Jared and the Tonsons, I know about Tonyum no co. MPP at the Bachelor Kufano Numi. MPP at the Bachelor Baumir Chantro. NDC Aban Papa at the Bachibiano. Good news. Now, this is one interesting news that people are giving. Oh, Kevin Taylor, you said it. Don't give the credit to me. Let's give credit to each other for staying on this platform, listening to the truth, and sharing the truth. So I will never sit here and take a credit for this story or take credit or let my team take the credit and say, oh, Kevin Taylor, you spoke on this matter. And the Ghana from Wabridge, New York, a UK for because no, I'm not going to take credit for this. My team, they are not going to take credit for this. We are all going to take credit because at the end of the day, enemy, we being focused, listening to the fact, sharing the fact for the minister to hear, no, and then the changes number. Jandam is dead. And the reason why the MPP they are struggling is because their lies is not building anything for them. It's not yielding. It cannot cut through the truth. The NPP are struggling. Now, this is the news that we're talking about. Mr. P, Mr. S, stay with me, team. A major scandal has rocked Ghana's embassy in Washington, D.C., following revelations of an elaborate visa and passport fraud scheme allegedly orchestrated by embassy staff. The expose, spearheaded by a special audit team commissioned by Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, with the backing of President John Dramani Mahama, has prompted swift and sweeping disciplinary actions. Now, you're sorry, say Ghana embassy asama ye kan for almost 3 years. I remember before election 2024, before election 2020, I sat on this platform. I tried to make this message go down to NPP. Mekachom say the illegality happening or illegalities happening at the Ghana embassy in Washington D.C. and the consulate in New York, it was crazy. It was on this same platform, and I'm afraid Lady Bia me interview Nekache and say, "I'm out for passport. There are some people doing business. I'm out for data and the woman spoke on my show. She tried to do what? Tell us to say, Yemum and the jandam. Yemum and the propaganda. Yan MPP are buying. And the Abain Papa Baye, John Mahama Akache Ukujata Black say, investigations into the embassy activities. Now the Abeto Janina say, Okujato Ablakwa or Yedien or ambassador, no, or minister or foreign affairs issues, no. On my audit team, FBA investigations or Ghana embassy or Washington D.C. Hamete. Now the result is clear. Yabewu Jima Ekoso, fraud Ekoso, amount for data we are handing over to people. People working at the embassy, Sebio Omuji embassy, amount for passport and kotunko fie. People using the embassy to front their own personal business. I am a witness to that. So I sat here and I said I was never going to stop talking about this matter because there are millions of Ghanaians in Ghana. This is a big problem to them. And millions of Ghanaians in America, a big problem. Can you imagine, say, Obuha to West Coast? We are in the East Coast. Flying from DC to California takes you between 5 and 5 hours. I said Ghana to London. Now, when you make that trip, Ghana embassy go DC to make a child say, I was so free California. Now offer plane. Now oba ebe check it on your passport. Now oba say results in way nya. You have to do what? You have to go back to California. Do you know what the distance you're talking about? But all these things were happening. So they were frustrating people, they were taking money, and my concern was that there were some people at the embassy. Some had worked there over 17 years, 22 years. What are you doing there? The moment you allow people to work in a particular environment for over 2, 3, 4, 5 years, those people become corruption. They turn into corruption because then they become too comfortable. Then they start to liaise with people outside because now they know the loopholes. And none is or Ghana embassy. Some people made billions out of our ignorance, out of our deliberate action, out of politics at MPPA. They decided to allow some people to run the embassy as their own business. And the minister released a statement to say, after the audit, Omabehu said, Jima Ekoso ne bin sida. Intiminoka say, the minister, the instructions the president has given him, and they say, the embassy in Washington, D.C., it should be shut down temporarily. Now, almost looking for the solution to the problem. I told the minister the last time, the solution to this problem is for him to sack 99% of the people there. Or else, the ambassador Fofra Obebano, who I don't know, that ambassador will never succeed. Say, one pamon workers no more. And God being so good, they have listened. So far, from what we know, the embassy has been shut down. The minister is saying, say, Obia Sari apply. They need to check the background of every single person. In fact, Papa no odi anima sa krono no ekoso. Today, the minister is saying, they want to transfer his docket to the Attorney General in Ghana for him to face prosecution. Let me tell you, there are so many people. And I am also going to tell the Foreign Affairs Minister, if there's any way that people here who are American citizens, Ghana, who were involved in this scam or this scandal or this fraud, they should be prosecuted here and they should serve jail time. Mr. Minister, I have a lot of information I want to give you. There are people I can give you their information who were part of this scam. They have been part of this fraud for months and years. So, Mr. Minister, it should not just be that man here who is being taken home to be prosecuted. I am talking about people who also worked at the embassy. Ebimukrampo Akweti Ejumano, and we know their record. They need to stand trial here. They need to be jailed. We are going to give you all the information because, you see, we cannot be paying people here in America in the name of politics in T. Na Obia Betna US Ghana Embassy, DC. Na Odiska, na Oyeska. Mamika Bicho, the last ambassador, Halima Mahama, and Asane Freno. Halima, I can tell you on authority, that woman cannot even write myself. Do you know that? Nana Dankwe Kufuado, ambassador no wa and son of Mufi power no. My friend saying Halima Mahama, and I have friend saying some woman like that. That woman was not even coming to the office. Sometimes she goes to stay in Ghana for like 5 months. Before election 2024, the woman left her post, her position. 8 months before election 2024, she left and went to Ghana and left the embassy there just like that. So this is the level of this is the level of corruption. So we should not play with this. I'd like to tell the ambassador, say, it should not stop here. If anybody wants to work at the embassy, people should put in the application. Background checks should be done. I would prefer that all the people who used to work at the embassy, about 80% don't come back. About 80%. A whole embassy. When you go on Google to check, they have 2.6 when it comes to reviews. And some the embassy of Ghana in Washington, D.C., Oko reviews are 2.6. Technically, it's a shithole. Bronibia obe business as a nation. Our America Habiano, he or she will have to go through your embassy. Now, if your embassy has reviews of 2.6, ratings of 2.6, no business person who is intelligent. Because one, Obebusa will say, the embassy in Ghana, in America, representing the president, they are the first point of contact. You perceive from minister, from president now. And if this is the kind of ratings, 2.6, and a whole embassy in America representing Ghana, then it means that Bronibian are ready to work with such a shithole. I'm using that word because no reasonable person, no reasonable businessman will walk to this embassy and say, I want to do business with Ghanaians. Because this is basically your face as a nation. This is what is Ghana. If any businessman wants to work with Ghana, this is what they see. So when they see this, it shows from even your embassy from here before they enter Ghana, you people are not serious people. So, Mr. Minister, it is very vital and important that this action you've taken, you spread it around the world. I know there's a lot of fraud happening at the UK embassy, Ghana embassy in the UK. Crazy. Germany is crazy. In fact, Ebia Ochina, we will open phone lines for Ghanaians around the world to call from different parts of the world to tell us their experiences at various embassies around the world. Ghana embassies. You'll be shocked, Mr. Minister. So, what I want to say is, Mr. Minister, it should not end here in only Washington, D.C. This should go to Europe. This should go to other places. Oko Germany, West, Oko Italy. I've been here. People have called me from Qatar. I know, they say the embassy in Dubai, they are doing a great job. That's what I have heard. I have not checked it. But over Europe, you see Spain, you see UK, the West, I say so. Every single thing has been outsourced. Say toilet paper crowd UK embassy, Ghana embassy or UK, a company be there. Mr. Minister, with all due respect, enter the embassies around the world. Tomorrow we open the phone lines for Ghanaians to call. I'm for say Denmark. People are saying New York consulate. Here, this man, he was at the New York consulate. And Matisse so Ghana. So I grant the interview. Hear what he is saying. This man, from what I heard, he also used to work with the Ghana embassy, but I think he is at the New York consulate. Tiasembia Oka. Or say, to the best of my knowledge, to the best of his knowledge, in fact, his position, he is the former consular general, New York. It's Ghana embassy in New York, no. When a former consular general. Now, and the Wakasa. So him say ambassador Nankasa or Ghana ambassador or US no, a Washington DC no te. And a Ghana your branch omuye juma omne your embassy Washington ye juma a New York ne wo into from consulate. It's basically no Ghana embassy wo Washington no omu substation and I say almost smaller version no and then the New York. Into omo New York no omu ye juma she omu juma omu ye na she e Washington DC Ghana embassy na say. Now this man, he's worked there. Hear what he's saying. Or say to the best of my knowledge, I know that in Washington, what they were doing was people used to mail their parcels to the embassy, but they were charging some extra fee for people to pay before they mail the parcel back to them. Now, Okonimo must say, and at a point when I saw it, I was trying to ask that who gave approval? Now, because if you want to give some charges to anybody, it should come from the ministry. Or see, no, US, UK, New York consulate, or say at a point, they also on the say, at a point, no, now man for Eddie, passport, passport about embassy wa. Melia na embassy na sa charge omo sika omo sanfel meli mabrak right there go omo meli omo passport every ebia California or wherever no abedu embassy no na embassy na sa charge omo say omo send sika extra money for them to mail the passport back. I believe say who apply for passport and I say o person will renew visa, the charge, everything should be included. It's a package. So if I'm sending my passport to the Ghana Embassy in Washington, D.C., and I go on their website, automatically I am sending a parcel or my passport to you. So the passport coming to you and leaving your premises, I know, say, you have put everything in place. You have charged the workmanship. You have charged the passport you'll be sending to me. So whatever I see on the website should be something that I have paid for. It is a $200. I know it covers the transportation of the package or my passport back to me. But you cannot tell me, say, on your website, you are charging $200. And when I bring the package to you, the return postage, and our return package, you have a return postage, you want to charge me extra money. That is extortion. They were stealing money from Ghanaians. Because say me file and I say me bibia me ba website now see visa application, visa renewal, $300. $300 and I know say it includes return postage. It includes a jumana moye no. Intermediate me 300 na me mail me I will take the first cost by paying for maybe I may wanna me mail the abano. But the moment it gets into your hand, I have actually paid for everything. Why do you tell me to pay extra money? That you are, if I don't pay that extra money, you will not mail my passport to me. That is extortion. And so many people, if you put a class action together, the Ghana Embassy will be paying millions. Because in law, they have extorted from so many Ghanaians. You see what happened? So this man, now, so all these things are going to be checked. And Ghana let's not see this as just Ghana Embassy, Washington, D.C. We should all come together and send the message across. Let's start taking videos. Let's start taking pictures. Let's start taking records. Let us send to the right authorities. Let them know what we are going through around the nation, around the world. Sorry. Let the people around the world, Ghana embassies, let them understand. Say they work for a government. They should not be too pompous. They should not make us feel say we are their slaves. They need to come to that conclusion or that point to say, they are servants. If you work in Ghana Embassy in Washington, D.C., you are nobody. And so we need to put that in their head because the customer service part of every embassy, it's important. So